Hey guys, it's Legoyoshi and welcome to a new set of mine that I got quite recently. At work we received a bonus and we actually got a really good bonus as well of quite a fair bit of money, so I decided to go ahead and treat myself to this set. I've been looking at it for a while and I knew straight away that I wanted to get it as soon as my bonus came in. The American Downtown Diner. It is huge, I'm not gonna lie. I'll go over all the stats and stuff at the end, but first, let's have a good look around this building, starting off with the very first floor. So let's take a look at the first floor, shall we? First things first, we have the big American Diner sign in bright pink to attract people to coming to this lovely little diner that's here. Anyway, as we move down, we first have a lamppost on the outside. You can see the little opening door, which that's not actually a sticker, that is actually a printed on piece for the plastic, which I really like, with a little opening sign with gyms, and then obviously you've got your little pink handle to let yourself in. We'll look at the stuff inside in a minute. As we move along, we do have a couple of little tiny flower pots, and then we have a post box and a parking meter, I think it is. I believe it's supposed to be a parking meter, so I'm a little bit skew as well. There we go. So, but if we turn, we do actually have some steps as well that goes up to the next floor. But if we just spin this around as well, we'll see on the side, if you are a collector of Creator Expert, which this is actually the first set I've got from these, so I won't have anything to connect onto it. They do have two little connecting pieces on the side, so you can connect one of the other sets to build like a little street, which is quite a nice effect in my opinion. And on the back of the building, we don't have a huge amount. We have a little light just outside the exit door, a little tiny bin. There's the exit door as I've just mentioned, and we have a little brown box which there is a couple of little studs in there, as you can see. I know it's not exactly, the shadows are getting a bit in the way, but yeah, just, as far as I know, it's another little waste basket sort of style thing, and that is actually the back of the cooker, but we'll have a look at that in a second when we go inside. So that's everything on the outside, so let's go inside. I don't know how else it's going to film because there's going to be shadows and stuff everywhere, but anyway, actually let's see if I can get my light to come on. Just give me 2 seconds guys. No, it's not going to let me. Anyway, so what we have, if we look, sorry about that, my camera cable got a bit stuck. On the back we have a pan and sort of like a meat cleaver hanging on the back, so that'll be for his ribs. And then there's a little preparation table just next to it. Next to that there is, I can only describe as a coffee machine just down here. With a little timer and button and a little coffee mug underneath. And then just next to that we have the soda machine with a couple of clear coffee mugs, which I don't know if you can see them very well. Not very, they are see-through, so that doesn't really help, but I think you can just make it out just here. Like I say, you can either have orangeade or limeade, depending on your preference. And as we move across, there's a few little stools just on the side. And then back here, we actually have the grill. Which, there we go, that's a bit better. He's already cooking up some ribs and some pancakes, all ready for the busy customers ahead. And also a couple of little timers things as well. There's a nice red jukebox as well, which a very olden style jukebox from the 1950s, I would imagine it was from. It's quite nice. And we move on to our first table, which has condiments on the side and a little napkin dispenser. And somebody's already got some pancakes all ready for eating. And there's an extra seat there, but no table unfortunately. But oh well, that's what we have to deal with. The other thing that we can see, there is some little plaques on the wall of stars with a Lego brick in them. as if they were like an award or something that somebody has won. So, and the only other thing we have left to show off on this bottom floor is right here. A little dispensing machine with, I don't know if it's supposed to be toys or sweets that's supposed to be in there, but for the little kids who just want something to keep them occupied while they're there. So, let's move on to the second floor. Okay, so now we move on to the second floor, which I just want to show something off before we actually go inside. I'll just spin this round very carefully. But some little added bits. We do have another lamppost now. We also have this staircase, which the staircase was a very strange build in my opinion. Don't get me wrong, it's a very nice looking staircase, but you literally had to start at the top here with this little section, then add that on, and then you had to slowly make each step as it was, and then connect them all in, which, I don't know, I just found it a bit strange, but like I said, it was actually quite fun to build when you got into it. And also, there's a nice little door here for you to enter into the second floor. So, let's spin it back round. That's all there is on the outside for now. But on the inside, we actually have a little gym of sorts. In 2 seconds. There we go. So, there's the door to enter. And we have a nice little water dispenser there. I don't know how I'm going to get this next one, but just over here, where you can see just where my finger's pointing, there's a little weight bench with a extremely big weight just there. It'd be nice if it had like a little print on it saying how much it weighed. That'd be quite nice, but oh well, counts with everything. And we'll move across. I'll come back to that in a second. We do have a little stand with some dumbbells on it, so not as big as the one that we've got over there, but obviously the ones to have one in each arm. And then we move across, and we have a little boxing / wrestling ring. This one was, I do like the design of it, although the bottom bit was a bit strange because you had one big bit, one very small bit, and then 2 long bits. Why couldn't you just make it as one big bit? I don't know, but hey ho, it was a square, so it's not like it's not anything to do with that. And also, because of how you've had to do the ring ropes, they are not quite level. Like, all ring ropes are supposed to be level all the way around, but I suppose that's the only way that they could do it. And this is probably my favourite bit on the second floor, the punching bag. It does move back and forth as you punch it, depending on where you are standing, so that's quite a nice touch. And a little mat for you to actually, you know, stand on as you are punching it. So, but yes, I don't know why, but I just really like it. I think it's a nice little piece, which it only took a few pieces to build, to put it together, and then to hang it, but I just love that it free hangs and you can punch away at it and it'll always come back to you and this and the other. Now, that's pretty much it for the second floor, apart from one more thing, which is this little clock right here. Apparently it is nearly 9:30. So, yeah, once again, nice little printed piece. So, there we go for the second floor, and let's move on to the top floor. Okay, so here we have the top floor, which there's not a huge amount going on the top floor, but if you look around the back, there is a staircase which is going up, which I mentioned beforehand, and it leads to this door right here. But first things first, let's just turn it around, and I've nearly just knocked the lamppost off by accident. Right, here we go. And the top floor is a recording studio. Has a gold record on the wall there, as well as, if you can see it, a nice little chair with a little table next to it. A nice bit of flooring there, which does seem to be a bit of a rug theme that's going along. And then we have this nice bar. Sorry for the shadows, because my light's actually behind me, it's casting a shadow over it, so there we go, that's a bit better. So this one has a little couple of drinking glasses, and what I can only say would be a bottle of scotch or something along those lines. We do have a couple of things along the wall, like this stupid shadows. This rock and roll wall piece, which is quite nice, and if we just look over this side, if I just turn around a little bit, there is I don't really know off the top of my head. It's, like I said, it is a recording studio, so there is some recording equipment there, as well as a chair for someone to sit on. And I don't know 100% what that is, but I'm sure it's something that they'll use in a recording studio. So as we move around here, in here, not that you can see very well because of the shadows again, but you do have the microphone for the recording artist, who we will be seeing in a minute when I get to the figures. And that's about it really for the top floor. There's not a huge amount. Nice little balcony here as well, which I really forgot to mention. A little window balcony just there, and then a nice balcony with a couple of little plants and a doorway. Although you can't really go anywhere with that door because it's just opens inwards, and you can just come straight onto the balcony and have a look out. So there we go. Let's have a quick look at the roof. So here we go. Like I said, there's not much on the roof. There's a big antenna for, I'm guessing it's for the recording studio or something like that, or just to get some signal for certain things. There's a nice little window here, which I think it's open. Yep. So you can come straight through the skylight, or if you want to let some air in to the recording studio. And then just round the back here, let's see what I can get. You have a ladder that goes up from that doorway up to the roof, so for easy access. There is also, I don't know why you can see it. I don't know exactly what that is off the top of my head actually. I think it's just a bit to add to the display. And also now, as you can see, a nice. I do like this effect here. I think that's really, really nice. But yes, like I said, overall, a very, very nice set. So, let's now move on to the only vehicle in this set, which is the pink Cadillac. 2 seconds, guys. So here we go. Here is the pink Cadillac. Not really a huge amount to say about this one. It reminds me a bit of the Simpsons car, but just without the top part here. But I will admit it's a very nice car, and a very well done one as well, for that matter. It was actually more piece than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be quite an easy build, but not quite. As usual with all cars, doors open. There's not really that much I can say about it, because the boot on the back, as far as I know, doesn't open. It's just 2 big pieces that just slotted straight in. And there's not much for a windshield either. So, but this is a Cadillac after all. I do like, just get the camera right, this bumper. You do have the little sort of fender, I don't know exactly what you call them, like the grille sort of thing on the front, but it has no number plate, which I'm actually surprised they have not put a number plate on it at all. But there was no stickers actually with this set, which is quite surprising, because usually you do end up with quite a few stickers with every set, especially Marvel ones. But anyway, inside you just got your typical steering wheel and your handbrake, I believe it's supposed to be, and then I don't know what the little black brick is doing on this side. I'm not 100% sure what it's for, unfortunately. And there's a little bit of room in the back, which for one of the figures, the musician figure, you could put his guitar in the back. So anyway, enough about that. Let's move on to the figures. So here we have the first figure, which is the waitress from the bottom floor. She comes with a nice little accessory of a silver tray, shall we say, with an ice cream on top. So I do like this figure. It's a really nice figure. Definitely one of my favourite figures. Oops, I've knocked her over. But definitely one of my favourite figures. She comes with a pair of red roller skates, just like we do in the American diners. I've never actually been to an American diner where they actually waitresses have roller skates, but I think it will be quite interesting if I ever did go to one. Well, there's not any in England or not, I don't think there is off the top of my head, but I do need to go to America one day and actually see these sort of things. But anyway, that's me babbling on. She has a nice little striped top with a nice little red sort of necktie sort of style thing. And then she has a nice black hairstyle in a ponytail. And on the back, as you can see, it just carries on. The second figure on the list is the chef, who is also belonging to downstairs. not a massive amount to say about this figure. I do like the facial features on this figure. The long hair and the sideburns coming down, as well as the moustache and the, not really much of a beard, but like a goatee sort of style. He also comes with a red necktie, which I'm guessing must be the appropriate dress for this establishment, this American diner. And then he has a nice little white apron and overalls, and a nice little chef's hat. And on the back, it just carries on a little bit with a necktie. But apart from that, nothing real much else. And the third figure is the bodybuilder. I'm gonna admit, out of all the figures, I think this is probably my least favourite. Because, I mean, it's a nice looking figure, there's a couple of things I like on it, but it just, compared to all the rest of the figures, it looks a bit bland, a bit boring, really. But like I said, it's not a terrible minifigure at all, but I like the green hoodie, and I do like the little tassels that you can see, if I can focus right, the little tassels that you can see coming down. On the back, you can just see the hood, which obviously she hasn't got up yet, and she has a nice blonde ponytail. It's quite similar to the hairstyle that the waitress had, surprisingly, but like I said, there's not really much going on with this figure, so can't really say much about it. And the fourth figure is the boxer. I don't know why, but I really like this figure. It's not my favourite one, that is still to come, but I do like this figure. It's a nice little pair of boxing gloves for the hands, a little blue short with a little belt, but I just love the face and the hair. I think it just reminds you of one of the old style English boxers, shall we say? I don't know, it's just, I really do find it a real nice figure. There's nothing much on the back apart from the continuation of the blue shorts, but like I said, I love the moustache. I think the moustache is brilliant. I don't know why, but I can just imagine him just being in the ring and, come on, I'll take on all challengers, come on, come on, and Bolly, and all that, just that sort of voice. I do think it's a real nice figure. So. And to say this is a 50s style diner, it could have that style of voice. Come on, anybody, take on all comers. The fifth figure is the studio manager, or the records label manager, whatever you want to call her. Once again, not a massive... I do like this figure, but I don't think it's as bad as the bodybuilder figure, but I don't think it's as good as like the waitress and the boxer and the next figure. But she comes with a nice little suit, shall we say, and a nice little grey top with a pink necktie, which is very similar once again to the ones that they're wearing, but she's got it a bit more to the side. On the back there is nothing, unfortunately, and I don't think there's an extra face on it. I think there's only an extra face on one of the figures, which I think is the next one, which I'll get to in a minute. She has but the hair reminds me of like Black Widow from the Marvel sets. Apart from the new ones, because apparently she become blonde in the new ones, which I'll get to them when I've actually got some of the sets, which I am planning on getting very soon. Yeah, apart from that, that's all I can really say. Very bright trousers though, surprisingly. And here we go with the last figure, which is the Rockstar. I do love this figure. As anybody knows, I like my figures that have got guitars with them. I don't know why. I do love my rock music, so I guess that's got something to do with it, but I just really do like them. I mean, I've got a few figures now, like I said, with guitars, but one thing I do love about this is the face. He does have a interchangeable face, which I will show you in a little bit. He's got a very nice hairstyle, very slick, and I won't say Elvis style, but on the borderline of it. And one thing I do, although you can't really see it very well on this camera, actually it's not too bad, the blue suit is very nice, but if you look at the little silver bits that's on there, they do shine, and it is a really nice effect. There's a little pink shirt underneath with as well, and if we look on the back, it's more of the silver things, which, as you can see a little bit, they do shine. That's one good thing about the light being on this side, but so it does get to show that off. but it is a really, really nice figure. But let's have a look at the other face, shall we? Yep, there's your face. Nice, happy, smiling person. I don't know about you, but I prefer the singing face. Much more suit of character. So there we go then, guys. That is the American Diner. Like I said, I really do love this set. There's a lot of nice things in this. Real nice detail. Definitely worth... I know it is quite an expensive set, but it's definitely worth forking out that bit of money for it. I did get a bit lucky with it, because, well, as I always do, we go over the price and stuff. It should be £130 this set, and I actually managed to get it for £90, as I had £40 on my Lego card, which I'd been saving, and like I said, I just got the bonus from work, which was quite nice. So I'll help towards it. Just a little bit of information about this set. It was released very early this year, actually. Was it, I don't know if it was January or February. It was released. It was one of the two. I think it was January, if I remember rightly. As for pieces, there is 2,480 pieces, which, if you go by my £8 to pieces thing, it works out extremely well. You pretty much get an extra 1,000 pieces for your money, so that is really, really good. Or if you pay for like I did and got it for £40 cheaper, I've nearly got 1,500 pieces extra, so I'm not going to complain at that one. Yes, like I said, a really good set. Quite possibly, if anybody has watched my video with Mark, where I went over my favourite sets, this could take over as my favourite set. It really is very, very nice. So it's going to now go on pride and display in one of my rooms. So anyway, thank you very much for watching, guys. I shall see you guys for my next video. Just to let you know for a little bit of updates, by the time this video has gone up, my Banjo-Kazooie playthrough will have finished. In fact, my last video is actually going on now as we speak. It is actually 67% on YouTube, so we will get there eventually. Afterwards, I do have a little project, a mini project working on, which is Crash Bandicoot 3. Just a little fun project going while I finish off my big project, which will be LA Noire, which one of my favourite games, and I desperately want to play through the channel, so it's going to be nice to actually play through it for you guys. So I'm a little bit through it so far, so hopefully before long I'll be able to start putting that on for you guys. As for Lego sets and stuff, my birthday is actually coming up at the end of this month, and I am planning on we are going to London, so hopefully I can get my hands on some nice sets. I've had a look at John Lewis websites and Lego websites, see prices, and there's some good prices out there, so hopefully I can get some good ones, and then I can review them for you guys, because I haven't really done many Lego reviews for a while, which is annoying, but I'm trying to do what I can. Like I say, I can only do so much at a time, so we'll see how things go anyway. Also, I am planning on doing a minifigures video, but what I'm planning on doing is doing some of the latest sets. Possibly, I might actually start with the latest one, that's the one that came out in January this year, which is the second series of Lego Batman. Or I might do the first series of that first, and then move on to the second series, so at least it's in a bit of order. So anyway, and that'll be another thing I'll be getting as well, the new series of minifigures, which is the party ones. So anyway, I've rambled on enough. That's my plans anyway, so thank you very much for watching, guys, as always, and I shall see you next time for whatever video comes on next. See you later, guys. And don't forget, you can now follow me on Twitter on Legoyoshi 2.